Welcome to the Explainer. Listen, we've literally all been there, right? The clock is ticking, that online submission portal closes in just a few hours, and you're just staring at your final draft. You've poured weeks or maybe even months into this research paper, but hovering right over your shoulder is that one undeniable, massive source of anxiety, the plagiarism check. You start wondering, what if I missed a citation? What if my paraphrasing just wasn't distinct enough? Well, today, we are diving deep into this. We're looking at a comprehensive breakdown of Turnitin plagiarism checking services in Kenya, and we're going to decode exactly how to conquer that stressful similarity report.
Right off the bat, if you are currently sweating over a deadline, our source material offers an immediate lifeline. Need a professional Turnitin plagiarism check? Call 0726 924 245 today. Seriously, the goal here is to help you avoid high similarity scores, academic penalties, and that awful last-minute submission stress by using reliable Turnitin plagiarism checking services in Kenya. It's really all about getting ahead of the software before you hit that final irreversible submit button. And this lifeline, it's basically a massive safety net. They help students, researchers, and professionals check originality reports before final submission. So whether you're an undergrad just trying to figure out academic formatting for the first time, or you're a PhD candidate defending years of original research, you can reach out. Just call or WhatsApp 0726 924 245. You'll get fast, totally confidential, and accurate plagiarism checking support for assignments, theses, dissertations, proposals, and research papers.
Okay, let's take a step back from the solution for a second and look at the actual software. What exactly is Turnitin checking? If we want to beat the anxiety, we kind of have to understand the machine, right? Universities worldwide use Turnitin to compare submitted work against an absolute mountain of data. But what is it actually doing when it scans your paper? Well, it produces this, the Similarity report. This is a report generated by Turnitin, highlighting text that matches existing sources in its database, which basically reflects how much of your content resembles other published or submitted material. Notice the specific language there, though. It says matching text. It absolutely does not automatically say stolen text. It's essentially just a really, really powerful mirror holding your work up against the rest of the world. And guys, the rest of the world is vast. The sheer scale of the databases Turnitin scans is wild. We're talking billions of sources here. It checks against internet sources, premium academic journals, published books, massive research repositories, and, crucially, previously submitted student papers. That last one, it's a huge trap. If you borrow heavily from a friend's paper from 3 years ago, Turnitin remembers. It's a near inescapable web of comparative data. But before the panic sets in, take a deep breath. Look at this quote directly from the source material. According to Turnitin, similarity scores do not automatically mean plagiarism. So the absolute key takeaway here is that context matters. A machine can find matched text, sure, but it takes human academic judgment to determine if that match is actual plagiarism or just, say, a properly formatted block quote. The interpretation depends heavily on your citations, your quotations, and just how you've structured your arguments. Even knowing that, the fear is totally valid. Here are the most common reasons students actively seek out professional help. Obviously, high Turnitin similarity scores are at the top of the list, but looking deeper, poor paraphrasing and incorrect citations are massive drivers of matched text. Plus, today, there's this huge concern over AI-generated text and just the ever-present dread of accidental plagiarism. People are constantly stressing about this because university submission requirements are, frankly, incredibly strict and unforgiving. So, how do you know if you're actually in trouble? Let's decode the numbers. Turnitin uses percentage ranges to indicate the level of matching text. If you're sitting between 0 and 24%, that's usually acceptable in many institutions. It just shows you're engaging with existing literature. Now, if you hit 25 to 49%, you've got moderate matching text. This is your warning zone. But 50% and above, that is high similarity requiring review. That's the danger zone, where academic misconduct panels might start getting involved. But wait, there is a massive caveat, and it's right here. Keep in mind, properly cited references and quotations can also appear as matches. Literally, if you quote a famous study perfectly, the text still matches the original study, and the software will flag it. This is exactly why you cannot just rely on the raw percentage. You need someone with a trained eye to look at the report and say, okay, yes, this is a 20% match, but 15% of that is just your bibliography and your quotes, you're completely fine. So let's look at how to reduce Turnitin's similarity scores and talk about taking control of your academic work. If your preliminary check came back too high, our source lays out 6 highly effective methods to fix it. Step 1, and this is absolutely critical, practice proper paraphrasing. Research proves paraphrasing quality is the biggest factor here. Changing one word in a sentence, that's not paraphrasing. You have to totally restructure the idea. Step 2, use accurate APA referencing, or whatever style your school demands. Step 3, use quotations correctly. Step 4, just avoid copy-paste writing altogether. Step 5, edit out repetitive academic phrases that trigger false positives. And step 6, cite all borrowed ideas. Simple in theory, but doing this over a 10,000-word dissertation? Exhausting. And that exhaustion is exactly why professional services exist for every single level of academia. Look at the breadth of documents covered by this service in Kenya. We are talking about everything from essays, assignments, and coursework, all the way up to MBA capstone projects, journal articles, research proposals, theses, and huge dissertations. The stakes definitely change depending on the document, but the need for complete originality, that remains exactly the same. Moving into our next section, professional plagiarism checking services, which is really your expert lifeline. So, what do they actually do when the deadline is looming? They offer 5 core services to bulletproof your paper. First, they run the actual Turnitin Similarity reports, so you see exactly what your professor is going to see. Second, plagiarism reduction support, where they actively help you fix paraphrasing. Third, APA 7 formatting, because proper referencing naturally fixes matches. Fourth, AI content humanization to make sure you have a natural academic tone. And fifth, deep editing and proofreading. It's essentially a full-service academic tune-up. Now, why choose this specific team? The biggest reason is probably fast delivery. When you've got an urgent submission, time is quite literally everything. Add to that the confidential handling of your documents, which is non-negotiable for academic integrity, and affordable, student-friendly pricing. Plus, they offer academic expertise scaling all the way up to the PhD level. You get reliable support to drop that similarity score without losing the actual quality of your hard-earned research. So we come right back to where we started, but now you know exactly how the machine works. If you're staring at that final draft wondering if it's really safe to submit, the lifeline is right there. Need urgent plagiarism checking or similarity reduction support? Call or WhatsApp 0726 924 245 today. Getting a professional check is honestly just smart academic practice. Which leads us with one final, very important question to ask yourself right now. Are you truly ready to hit submit on your final paper? Knowing what you know now about the billions of sources in the Turnitin database, those sneaky traps of accidental plagiarism, and the strict penalties out there, is your document truly as original as you think it is? Don't leave it to chance, guys. Get it checked, get that peace of mind, and secure the grade you actually deserve. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and good luck with those submissions.